Just a minute.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj, Nandavat Pranams. All glories to Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my messages. Prabhupada ki jai. Salika Prabhu. Salika Prabhu is there?
Hare Krishna, I'm here.
Yeah. So,
This is all glories to his content, Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. You're welcome, Maharaj.
students are not ready.
Yeah, the students are not here yet. You only have one student here. Only Raganuga Bhakti. Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing about you. Yes.
Yeah, so what do you want us to do? We have only one student, apart from myself and you.
Play music for 5 minutes.
Okay. Do you the Hare Krishna chanting I'm playing before? Is that okay, or you want another one?
Anything. Yeah.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Krishna Holy. Yes, thank you. We can start now.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanam Timadatta Janatana Salapaya Tatum Militam Yatasmat Surakha Namo Visham Savisayana Hutare Ayam Hopa Padamayam Dadatikam Padanikam Vandyam Shri Guru Siyuta Padakam Irupam Sagajatam Padagunatam Tam Sajivam Sauratam Haritam Saitam Krishna Devam Srirada Krishna Padagha Valanita Sri Vijatam Sri Krishna Karuna Sandhina Bando Jagatake Gopika Gopikanta Radha Kansana Mokte Natyankana Gourangi Radhe Drishavana Sware Drishavana Sute Devi Prana Mamindare Priya Antakalpatanam Jatta Kripa Sanujase Vata Vatikanam Bhaganajaya Vaishnavaya Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Tirtha Community Namine Namaste Krishna Padaya
Network or my class matuna.
Hare Krishna Pujis and Matatis, please accept my humble obeisances. Guru Krishna Prabhupada, Guru Guru Bhagwan. So welcome to this last section of Bhagavad Gita, Sastri, Unit 3. So hopefully today we're going to finish this chapter, which is the end of Unit 3. Yeah. So any volunteer to remind us why we study in the previous chapter and section, Carudesna Krishna, text 56 to 66. Any volunteer to remind us quickly? We have to be very fast because we have to finish this chapter. Bhakti, please tell us.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please, the test again.
I know remind us what we learned from section Carudesna Krishna, text 56 to 66.
Okay. We discuss how we can surrender to Krishna. And we learned that it is only through devotional service that one can understand Krishna perfectly and also overcome other obstacles. So this is what I remember we discussed through test 56 to 66. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Anybody else? Dr. Prince, you remember anything?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
I can remember also we learn how to obtain other best quality, because at times we may think that we are doing the right thing, but when mentioning the right position of everyone, so we can learn if we are in the best position or in the wrong position. So that is all what I can say.
Okay. Thank you. Ramachandra Das.
Hare Krishna, Guru Dev, please accept my humble obeisance. Yeah, also learned that we should surrender to Krishna according to Bhagavad Gita 18:65. Man mana mablakto, Imam Iman Amaskulu, Imam Abbasya says Asyanti, Bati Hime Priyosimi. Krishna says that we should surrender, we should think of him and surrender to him. And because of we are dear friends with the Supreme Lord, that is why he has revealed this confidential knowledge to us. So it means that we are fortunate. This message has been revealed to us. Okay, that is what I was saying.
Thank you. Anadi, Idam Prabhu.
Yeah, I'll be sure, Maharaj. I beg to offer my humble obeisances. You don't.
Yes, go ahead.
So therefore, it behooves on us to act according to the rules of Krishna. That's what I also learned.
Good. Ajin Kumar Prabhu. Not there. Okay. So, Salika Prabhu, can you share the screen?
The Bhagavad Gita verses or the student handbook?
The student book, page 53.
Okay.
Handbook, page 53.
Page 53. Okay.
Yes, 53.
Yeah, there is it.
Yeah. Good. The last paragraph. Last one. Okay, good. The last one. Yeah. Anybody can read that, please?
Arjuna agrees to fight, and victory is assured by Sanjaya. Chapter 57 to 78. After hearing the instructions of Krishna, Arjuna is fixed in determination and ready to fight Sanjaya. After narrating this conversation to Dhritarashtra, skeptically thinks of universal form of Krishna and predict victory for Arjuna, the supreme archer, for he is surrendered to Krishna, the master of all mystics. This is his reply to Dhritarashtra. Or break question, which opened the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so we are going to end Bhagavad Gita. Last section is Arjuna agrees to fight and victory is assured by Sanjaya. So Bhagavad Gita text 67. Idam te na saksaya nabataya samchana na chakshushu save vacham nachamam yogya shruyati. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Persons who have not undergone the hostility to the religious work, who have never attempted devotional studies in Krishna consciousness who have not attained a pure devotee, and especially those who are conscious of Krishna as a historical personality or who are envious of the greatness of Krishna, who should not be told this most confidential part of knowledge. It is, however, sometimes found that even demoniac people who are envious of Krishna, worshipping Krishna in different ways, take the profession of studying Bhagavad Gita in a different way, make business. That anyone who desires actually to understand Krishna must avoid such commentaries of Bhagavad Gita. Actually, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is not understandable to those who are
Don't understand what's happening.
without conscious, but strictly following the discipline, joy, and journey in the Vedic scripture. If he is not a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. Then when one calls himself as a devotee of Krishna, but he is not engaged in Krishna conscious activities, he also cannot understand Krishna. There are many persons who envy Krishna, but he has explained in Bhagavad Gita that he is supreme, and that nothing is above him or equal to him. There are many persons who are envious Krishna. Such persons should not be talked of Bhagavad Gita, or they cannot understand. There are many persons who are envious of Krishna. Such persons should not be talked of Bhagavad Gita, for they cannot understand. There is no possibility of faithless persons understanding Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. Without understanding Krishna from the authority of pure devotee, one should not try to comment on Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So this let's say that Arjuna and Krishna is revealing Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna because he is not envious of him, because he is friend. Yeah. So we have many professional teachers of Bhagavad Gita in India. Actually, before Srila Prabhupada went to America, they were having already many versions of Bhagavad Gita. Most of them they are having a personal approach. Everything is there in the Bhagavad Gita except Krishna himself. Yeah. So this confidential knowledge is revealed to Arjuna because Arjuna is not envious and because he is the friend of Krishna. And because you don't really engage in Krishna consciousness, cannot understand. It means even we are devotees, initiated, Brahmanas, and we don't engage, in sadhana, real sadhana, we cannot understand. It's no question of I'm in Krishna consciousness, I'm a devotee. We should practice devotional service. We should engage in devotional service. As the verse, the text 65 says, Man Manamam Bhakto. We have to engage our mind. We have to offer homage to Krishna. We have to worship Him. In that way, yes, Krishna can reveal to us. Otherwise, the curtain will remain closed for high. Okay. Next, 68.
Yes, 68.
Yeah, 68.
Ya ilam pala gusham mad bhaktishu abhida sakti bhaktim mai palam kritva mam eva shanti asamsaya. Translation: for one who explained this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed and at the end, he will come back to me. Srila Prabhupada purpose. Generally, it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed among the devotees only. For those who are not devotees will never understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita mystically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is a subject matter for devotees only and not for philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional service and reach the pure devotional state of life. As a result of such pure devotion, he is sure to go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Read the text 69 also, because that one is 69.
Na cham tasma malu shishu kakshi me priya kritama bhavika na cha me tasmat anya priya tulubhi. Translation: There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Hare Krishna.
So this verse 68 and 69, Krishna is explaining the importance of teaching Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's why the Prabhupada mentioned Bhagavad Gita as it is. So by doing that, as the verse text 69 is saying, there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there be one more dear. So indeed, sometimes we are in Krishna consciousness and we are trying to find how can we get the blessing of Krishna, or how can we get the blessing of Guru. Sometimes when you see a Guru there, a Guru, yes, say, please, can you bless me? So here is the best way to get blessing, both from Krishna and from Guru. Yeah, because we devotees actually it mentioned that this science will not be explained to those who are unaware. Devotees take risks with the protection of Krishna. Yes, take the risk to preach the Bhagavad Gita because it's transformation. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he. No, in the future there will be any servant more dear to him. So we have to take advantage of this and try to preach Bhagavad Gita as much as possible. Actually, books are the basis. The more we give Bhagavad Gita, the more people will be enlightened, the more the society will be peaceful. Don't forget that in the chapter 2, chapter 4, text 2, we mentioned that that this science was revealed to the saintly kings. The saintly kings. Actually, the kings of the head of state of the leaders of the society to rule the country based on rule the country from a spiritual perspective. Gurudev Maharaj wrote in the book, leadership for an age, for an iron age. You should lead the society based on the basic principles. That way, society will be peaceful. Just like we use the four varnas, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishya, and Shudras. So many people are not doing the service as they're supposed to do. They are doing other people's service. So the society is not in order because there is no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So it's very important. And in Bhagavad Gita also 5:29, Bhaktaram Jagata Pasam, Idam Sarabhutanam. It's about Krishna explains the formula, the peace formula. How to get peace in this world. There. Bhagavad Gita chapter 5, text 50 to 29. It is very, very, very important to think about. Yes, text 71. Rika Babu, text 71, 70, I'm sorry.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Yes, go ahead.
71, text 71. I read.
70.
70. Sorry.
70,
Okay, text 70. Okay. Adiyesiate chaya imam daryam samuadam avayo jana yajnena tehanam tenaham istasiam iti me mate.
Yes, next verse, next verse.
I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence.
Yes, read the next verse. Continue.
71.
Yes.
Shradavan anasuyascha srinuyat api yo naraha so api muktaha subalokan prapno ya munya punya karmanam. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planet where the pious dwell. Srila Prabhupada purport. In the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the details being spoken to those who are envious of the Lord. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees only. But it so happens that sometimes a devotee of the Lord will hold open class. And in that class, not all the students are expected to be devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although not everyone is a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. They have faith in him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In such persons, if such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that they become at once free from all sinful reactions, and after that, attain to the planetary system where all righteous persons are situated. Therefore, simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from all sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. Generally, those who are free from sinful reactions, those who are righteous, very easily take to Krishna consciousness. The word punya karmanam is very significant here. This refers to the performance of great sacrifices, like the Ashwamedha Yajna, mentioned in the Vedic literature. Those who are righteous in performing devotional service, but who are not pure, can attain the planetary system of the pole star or Dhruva Loka, where Dhruva Maharaj is presiding. He is a great devotee of the Lord, and he has a special planet, which is called the pole star. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So that 70 says we have to worship Krishna with our intelligence. And 71 is say that anyone who listens with faith and no envy, you will become free from all sinful reaction. You will attain higher planetary system. Like Dhruva for star. So it is very, very, very powerful to listen to Bhagavad Gita. Even though it's mentioned that those who are in righteous in performing devotional service, but who are not pure, can attend the planetary system of four star or Dhruva, where Dhruva Maharaj is presiding. You remember in chapter 6, Arjuna asked a question to Krishna that what about those who practice yoga and they don't attain perfection? Krishna mentioned to him that yes, those who practice yoga and don't attain perfection, they don't lose. So they will be promoted to Svagaloka, to higher planets. And after enjoying for maybe 10,000 years, you have to come back, live forward again. You take birth in rich family, take birth in aristocratic family, or you take birth in a Brahmanic family. So there is no loss. There is no loss in practicing devotional service. Text 72.
72. Kachit ita trutampata tia it kagrina cheitasa kachi ajiana samudaha pranataste dananjaya. O son of Prita, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? Srila Prabhupada purport. The Lord was acting as the spiritual master of Arjuna. Therefore, it was his duty to inquire from Arjuna whether he understood the whole Bhagavad Gita in its proper perspective. If not, the Lord was ready to re-explain any point or the whole Bhagavad Gita, if so required. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master like Krishna or his representatives will find that all his ignorance is dispelled. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or a fiction writer. It is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any person who fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or from his bona fide spiritual master representatives is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so Krishna is ready to re-explain Bhagavad Gita if Arjuna is not understand. Or conqueror of wealth, Arjuna. Have you had this sensibly with your mind? And are your religion and ignorance now dispelled? One point is there. Have you had this attentively with your mind? You understand? Rabbi, text 65. Man mana man bhakto. Man mana. Mana means the mind. Sometimes we will be sitting in a class that we are listening with our mind moving around somewhere else. So Krishna is asking, have you heard this attentively with your mind? When we start the 10 verses against the setting of the Mahamantra, the element one says it is an offense to be inattentive while chanting Lordiness. Because inattentive chant is the mother of all the offenses. Anything we do without your mind, it means you are not concentrated. So you don't get the result. Anything you do, study, music, anything we do without concentration, it's not possible. So when you read the Bhagavad Gita, you read with our mind. And if we don't understand, Krishna is there to explain again or the spiritual master also is there to re-explain. That's why we are doing Sastri, Bhakti, and all these studies. That's what we have. Worship Krishna with our intelligence. Don't forget that in the 6th chapter also, Arjuna asked the question that what is pushing someone to commit sin? Krishna told him it is karma, it is lust. Lust is residing in our senses, our mind, and in our intelligence. So if you worship Krishna with really Bhagavad Gita, like we are worshiping Krishna with our intelligence, then love will leave our intelligence. Our senses also, if you use our senses to worship Krishna, karma will leave. So mind, our intelligence, the senses, there karma is residing. We must use them to worship Krishna. That is the essence of this verse. 65. Man manamam makto. Become a devotee of Krishna. Worship Him. Offer your homage to Him. Do that every day. Every day. Sure, you will go to Krishna. By doing that and preaching Bhagavad Gita, you will be covered by the blessing of, by the grace of Guru and Krishna. Text 73.
Text 73. I read. Arjuna Uvacha Nasto Moha Smrite Laba Chwa Prasadam Mayak Chuta Stito Asmigata Sandaha Kiryase Karisye Vachana Tava. Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, oh infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt, and am prepared to act according to your instructions. Srila Prabhupada purport. The constitutional position of a living entity, represented by Arjuna, is that he has to act according to the order of the Supreme Lord. He is meant for self-discipline. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actual position of the living entity is that of eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. Forgetting this principle, the living entity becomes conditioned by material nature. But in serving the Supreme Lord, he becomes liberated, servant of God. The living entity's constitutional position is to be a servitor. He has to serve either the illusory Maya or the Supreme Lord. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he is in his normal condition. But if he prefer to serve the illusory external energy, then certainly he will be in bondage. In illusion, the living entity is serving in this material world. He is bound by his lust and desires. Yet he thinks of himself as the master of the world. This is called illusion. When the person is liberated, his illusion is over, and he voluntarily surrenders unto the Supreme to act according to his desires. The last illusion, the last snare of Maya, to trap the living entity, is the proposition that he is God. The living entity thinks that he is no longer a conditioned soul, but God. He is so unintelligent that he does not think that if he were God, then how could he be in doubt? That he does not consider. So that is the last snare of illusion. Actually, to become free from the illusory energy is to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and agree to act according to his order. The word moha is very important in this verse. Moha refers to that which is opposed to knowledge. Actually, real knowledge is the understanding that every living being is eternally a servitor of the Lord. But instead of thinking oneself in that position, the living entity thinks that he is not a servant, that he is the master of this material world. For he wants to lord it over material nature. That is his illusion. This illusion can be overcome by the mercy of the Lord or by the mercy of a pure devotee. When that illusion is over, one agrees to act in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. The conditioned soul, illusioned by the external energy of matter, does not know that the Supreme Lord is a master who is full of knowledge and who is the proprietor of everything. Whatever he desires, he can bestow upon his devotee. He is a friend of everyone, and he is especially inclined to his devotee. He is the controller of this material nature and of all living entities. He is also the controller of the inexhaustible time, and he is full of all opulences and all potencies. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can even give himself to the devotee. One who does not know him is under the spell of illusion, and he does not become a devotee, but a servitor of Maya. Arjuna, however, after hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, became free from all illusion. He could understand that Krishna was not only his friend, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he understood Krishna factually. So to study Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna factually. When a person is in full knowledge, he naturally surrenders to Krishna. When Arjuna understood it was Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase of population, he agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire. He again took up his weapons, his arrows, and bow to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of God. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So this is verse 73. Yeah, Arjuna is accepting to fight now. He agrees to fight. And the title of this chapter is called Perfection of Organization. When our organization charter is perfect, then we are ready to act for Krishna. Any other decision, which is contrary to the decision, to the desire of Krishna, is not accepted. So Arjuna agrees to fight, and that is the duty of his perfection, his renunciation. Yeah. That's 74. Erika Babu, are you another?
Text 74. Text 74, I read. Sanjaya Uvacha. Itai aham vasudevasya patacha mahatmanah samoadam imam asrusam abutam roma hasanam. Sanjaya said, Thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. And so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. Purport. In the beginning of our Gita, Dhritarashtra inquired from his secretary, Sanjaya, what happened on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The entire study was related to the heart of Sanjaya by the grace of his master, Vyasa. He does explain the theme of the battlefield. The conversation was wonderful because such an important conversation between two great souls had never taken place before and will not take place again. It was wonderful because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was speaking about himself and his energies to the living entity, Arjuna, a great devotee of the Lord. If we follow in the footsteps of Arjuna to understand Krishna, then our life will be happy and successful. Sanjaya realized this, and as he began to understand it, he related the conversation to Dhritarashtra. Now it is concluded that wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there is victory. Hare Krishna.
Yes, so yeah, Sanjaya said that I have heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful that is that message that my hair is standing. Okay, let's go. That's 75. Please, another person to read. Thank you. Carudesna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Yes.
Vyasa prasada charutavan itad guyam aham param yogam yogi swarat krishnat shat kata yata swayam. Translation. By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. Purport. Vyasa was the spiritual master of Sanjaya, and Sanjaya admits that it was by Vyasa's mercy that he could understand the supreme personality of Godhead. This means that one has to understand Krishna not directly, but through the medium of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is the transparent medium, although it is true that the experience is still direct. This is the mystery of the disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad Gita directly as Arjuna heard it. There are many mystics and yogis all over the world, but Krishna is the master of all yoga systems. Krishna's instruction is explicitly stated in Bhagavad Gita. Surrender unto Krishna. One who does so is the topmost yogi. This is confirmed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Yognam api savisham. Narada is the direct disciple of Krishna and the spiritual master of Vyasa. Therefore, Vyasa is as bona fide as Arjuna because he comes in the disciplic succession, and Sanjaya is the direct disciple of Vyasa. Therefore, by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya's senses were purified and he could see and hear Krishna directly. One who directly hears Krishna can understand this confidential knowledge. If one does not come to the disciplic succession, he cannot hear Krishna. Therefore, his knowledge is always imperfect, at least as far as understanding Bhagavad Gita is concerned. In Bhagavad Gita, all the yoga systems, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga are explained. Krishna is the master of all such mysticism. It is to be understood, however, that as Arjuna was fortunate enough to understand Krishna directly, so by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya was also able to hear Krishna directly. Actually, there is no difference between hearing directly from Krishna and hearing directly from Krishna via a bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. The spiritual master is the representative of Vyasa Dev also. Therefore, according to the Vedic system, on the birthday of the spiritual master, the disciples conduct the ceremony called Vyasa Puja. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Important verse. Yeah, so Sanjaya says, by the mercy of Vyasa, I've heard this most confidential talk directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. Yeah, so Sanjay is mentioning the mercy. Very important to have the kripa of the mercy of Guru. Mukam kalvati vacharam pangam lagayate girim kripa daha vande Gurum Jnatana. That's where there is by the mercy of the Guru. A blind person can count the stars in the sky. A lame person can jump over mountains. And a tongue, one cannot speak, can be carving, can be a poet, a nice poet. And that's him, it is him. Yeah. And we remember that Bhagavad Gita quote before, Abhidi Paripasna, Paripasna, Sivaya, Parisabhiti Janam Janata. Also remember, Ivam Param Sakam, Imam Raja Sabidu. Ivam Param Sakam, Param. And we have to really understand this one. The devotional service, everything are there. Our devotional service, Krishna and Guru. This is trilogy. Nobody can avoid us. Krishna, our devotional service, and the spiritual master. So, it's the text says, Vyasa, the spiritual master is representing yesterday. That's why we celebrate Vyasa Puja. Very important. And Sanjay was not staying on the battlefield. He was staying in Dhritarashtra's palace. From there only, he was explaining everything. It's very far. So this is the mercy of his Guru. Om Ajam Chinadasa Jama Jana Sadapaya Bhakti-tam Tasmai Sugura. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, but my smata has opened my eyes to the source of the light. Source of the light of knowledge. Very, very, very important. That's 76.
Verse 76. Rajam samsritya savadam imam abhutam te shavarajo punyam vistamicha muhu. Translations. Okay. As I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. The understanding of Bhagavad Gita is so transcendental that anyone who becomes conversant with the topics of Arjuna and Krishna becomes righteous, and he cannot forget such talks. This is transcendental position of spiritual life. In other words, one who hears the Gita from the right source, directly from Krishna, attains full Krishna consciousness. The results of Krishna consciousness is that one becomes increasingly enlightened and enjoy life with a try not only for some time, but at every moment.
Yes, go on, text 77.
That's Sambritya Rupam Ati Abhutam Hari Bismayo Me Mahan Rajan Isamicha Punya. O King, as I remember the wonderful form of the Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. Help us. It appears that Sanjaya also, by the grace of Vyasa, could see the universal form Krishna exhibited to Arjuna. It is, of course, said that Lord Krishna has never exhibited such a form before. It was exhibited to Arjuna only. Yet, some great devotees could also see the universal form of Krishna when it was shown to Arjuna, and Vyasa was one of them. He is one of the great devotees of the Lord, and he is considered to be a powerful incarnation of Krishna. Vyasa disclosed this to his disciple Sanjaya, who remembered that wonderful form of Krishna exhibited to Arjuna and enjoyed its repeat. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So that's verses 76 and 77. Explaining the pleasure of remembering Krishna Katha. No? There is one verse, I think, Chaturshloka Gita, I think 10, 9, okay. 10, 9, yes. Madhita Madgata Pranam, Mudanta Paramskaram, Madanta Chamam Nitam, Samtita Ramatita. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. The labs are surrendered to me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss, enlightening one another and conversing about me. So there is a nice, deep pleasure we get from hearing Krishna Katha. So like when you read the newspaper, the news for the day, like in Ghana, there is one famous newspaper called Graphic. Graphic. You want to buy the graphic for the day. Tomorrow you don't need to read that again. Finish. The pleasure is over. The Bhagavad Gita since 5,000 years ago is still interesting to read. And so, and I say, okay, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. That's 77th page. O King, when I remember this wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I'm struck with even greater wonder, and I rejoice again and again. Yeah. So let's go to the last verse, and after that, if you have some questions, we can conclude.
Yatra yogi.
Yes.
78. Yatra yogi swara. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I'm reading. Yatra yogi swara Krishna. Yatra pato danu da raha. Tatra Sri Viya Yo Bhutie Drova Nitya Mati Mama. Translation: wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will always certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. The Bhagavad Gita began with an enquiry of Dhritarashtra. He was hopeful of the victory of his sons, assisted by great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side, but after describing the scene on the battlefield, Sanjaya told the king, "You are thinking of victory, but my opinion is that where Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be all good fortune. He directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory for his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjuna because Krishna was there. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjuna was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences, and renunciation is one of them. There are many instances of such renunciation, for Krishna is also the master of renunciation. The fight was actually between Duryodhana and Yudhishthira. Arjuna was fighting on behalf of his elder brother, Yudhishthira, because Krishna and Arjuna was certain. The battle was to decide who would rule the world, and Sanjaya predicted that the power would be transferred to Yudhishthira. It is also predicted here that Yudhishthira, after gaining victory in this battle, would flourish more and more, because not only was he righteous and pious, but he was also a straight moralist. He never speak a lie during his life. There are many less intelligent persons who take Bhagavad Gita to be a discussion of topics between two friends on a battlefield. But such a book cannot be scripture. Some may protest that Krishna incited Arjuna to fight, which is immoral. But the reality of the situation is clearly stated. Bhagavad Gita is the supreme instruction in morality. The supreme instruction of morality is stated in the 9th chapter, in the 34th verse. Mana Bhava Mad Bhakta. One must become a devotee of Krishna, and the essence of all religion is to surrender unto Krishna. Sava Dharman Paritya Mam Ekam Saranam Vraja. The instructions of Bhagavad Gita constitute the supreme process of religion and of morality. All other processes may be purifying and may lead to this process, but the last instruction of Gita is the last word in all morality and religion. Surrender unto Krishna. This is the verdict of the 18th chapter. From Bhagavad Gita, we can understand that to realize oneself by philosophical speculation and by meditation is one process, but to fully surrender unto Krishna is the highest perfection. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. The path of regulative principles according to the orders of social life and according to the different courses of religion may be a confidential path of knowledge. But although the rituals of religion are confidential, meditation and cultivation of knowledge are still more confidential. And surrender unto Krishna in devotional service is full Krishna consciousness, is the most confidential instruction. That is the essence of the 18th chapter. Another feature of Bhagavad Gita is that the actual truth is the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. The absolute truth is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and ultimately the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. Perfect knowledge of the absolute truth means perfect knowledge of Krishna. If one understands Krishna, then all the departments of knowledge are part and parcel of that understanding. Krishna is transcendental, for he is always situated in his eternal internal potency. The living entities are manifested of his energy and are divided into two classes: eternally conditioned and eternally liberated. Such living entities are innumerable, and they are considered fundamental parts of Krishna. Material energy is manifested into 24 divisions. The creation is effected by eternal time, and it is created and dissolved by external energy. This manifestation of the cosmic world repeatedly becomes visible and invisible. In Bhagavad Gita, 5 principal subject matters have been discussed: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, material nature, the living entities, eternal time, and all kinds of activities. All is dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. All conceptions of the absolute truth, impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and an other transcendental conception exist within the category of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although superficially the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the living entity, material nature, and time appear to be different. Nothing is different from the Supreme, but the Supreme is always different from everything. Lord Chaitanya's philosophy is that of inconceivable oneness and difference. This system of philosophy constitutes perfect knowledge of the absolute truth. The living entity in his original position is pure spirit. He is just like an atomic particle of the Supreme Spirit. Thus, Lord Krishna may be compared to the sun and the living entities to the sunshine, because the living entities are the marginal energy of Krishna. They have a tendency to be in contact either with the material energy or with the spiritual energy. In other words, the living entity is situated between the two energies of the Lord. And because he belongs to the superior energy of the Lord, he has a particle of independence. By proper use of that independence, he comes under the direct order of Krishna. Thus, he attains his normal condition in the pleasure-giving potency. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Sorry, I got an international call. I had to attend to it urgently, so that's why I've been here all the while. It's just I was attending to that urgent call.
Okay. Thank you. So we are now that's 78. So when I finish explaining, we'll show the PowerPoint. Yeah?
Okay.
Not now. I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Yes.
Okay,
So,
I'm here now.
Okay, thank you. So this is the last verse of Bhagavad Gita. Very, very beautiful song, no? Carudesna Krishna Yatra Pattanodara Tatra Siddhavati Dhruva Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there is the will So certainly, the opulence, the victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Yes. That is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. So the purpose is very, very long because Srila Bhagavad is trying to summarize the whole Bhagavad Gita in one verse. What is the conclusion? The conclusion is we have to remember Krishna. We have to surrender to Krishna. Actually, the last sentences by
Bhakti.
proper use of that
Left the ignition.
just the attend is normal.
So how will the battery go down?
Yeah, so there are 4 things that actually we need in this material world. And yet, Krishna is telling us that yes, those 4 things are guaranteed if you practice the service. Who don't like opulence? Who doesn't like victory? Who doesn't like extraordinary power? Who doesn't like morality? Those 4 things are guaranteed if you become a devotee of Krishna. If you surrender to Krishna like Arjuna did. Yeah. So you don't really need to panic. Just as the text, Bhagavad Gita, the text chapter 16, text 56 to 56, 57, 58, Krishna was telling Arjuna that if you follow my instruction, you will cross over all the obstacles. But if you don't listen to me, you don't follow my instruction, they will be lost. And anyway, you will be forced also act according to your nature. So why don't you just surrender to Krishna? If you follow Krishna, then we get all these 4 opulences, these 4 benefits. Opulence, because sometimes we need money, we need victory over all situations. We need power, we need morality, good morality. They're there by following Krishna. What are we looking for? So if we have Krishna in our life, then we should be Arjuna at the side of Krishna. Who is Arjuna? This is the pure devotee of God. Then success is guaranteed. In fact, in the Bhagavad Gita, the core of the Bhagavad Gita, you see that Krishna is called Sastri. He is the charioteer driver of Arjuna. So can you imagine if God, Krishna, is conducting, is directing your chariot, your vehicle? Do you think you have any accident? Not possible. No accident. Success will be always guaranteed. So the Pandavas, there were only 5. They are the families, and the Kauravas, there were thousands. And above that, they took all the army of Krishna, all the weapons. But Arjuna went to the side of Krishna. Arjuna took only Krishna, one Krishna. The Baba would say, if you have many zeros, all these zeros are 0. You just put 1 before all the zeros, then the zero becomes value, they have value. Otherwise, everything we do is 0. 0 plus 0 is just equal 0. Just put 1 before the zeros, and all the zeros they have value. Yeah, so we have Shalika Prabhu will show the PowerPoint of this last chapter, and we go through it. And if you have some questions, then we can take them. And I think we finish today with Unit 3. So Shalika Prabhu, can you show the system from the beginning? We go through and.
It's on the screen.
PowerPoint, chapter 18.
That you have it here, Maharaj. It's on your screen.
No, not the verse. The PowerPoint.
Yes, Maharaj. The PowerPoint is there.
I'm not saying it.
Ah.
You see the verse.
What of now?
Yeah, good. Okay, now go to the next. Good. This is the summarizing of chapter 17. Okay, next. Good. Summary, Kamajana, mode of nature, ideal worker, love, product, and result. Next, please. Summary of Kamajana. Next. So Arjuna was having some doubts. Krishna's final option, which is responsible for action. Good. Next. Yes, Sanyasa and Chaga. Sanyasa means realization of materially motivated activities, and Chaga is realization of results. Next. Listen. Keep asking till you are clear and convinced. And once convinced, it is time to follow. No question asked. No reason given. Next.
And Reno.
Yes. Next. Yes. Who is responsible for actions? Yes. The place of action, the body, the performer, the references, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the soul. These are the 5 factors of action. Next. Yes, listen. Blind are we if we can't see the other factors of completion of an action. Yeah. Next. Next one again. I'm not even one. I'm just one thing. So let me not become too proud of my achievements, nor to be praised for my failure. Next. Yeah. The mode of nature. Next. Next, please. Yeah, the mode of nature, the effect of the mode, and the conclusion. Next. Yeah, mode entangle us according to our mentality. How the mode influence our knowledge, our understanding, our action, determination, and happiness. Next. Listen, it is an invisible web, and I'm completely entangled. And now, when I can see, let me walk, get set free. Next. Yeah. We are seeing the happiness in the tumult. No? Goodness, passion, goodness, poison at the beginning, and like nectar, self-realization. Passion, nectar at first, poison at the end, rise from self-realization, out of religion, arise from sleep, laziness, and delusion.
If you do not love me, then touch me and say that you don't feel anything when we are close to each other, because I'm sure you do. Stop this nonsense.
Okay. In your search for happiness, let's just forget to check whether it is long-lasting, beneficial, and conducive for future life.
Don't just stand there. Come and seek another blessing.
Next, please.
Is there anything that...
Conclusion. There is no being existing either there or among the demigods in the higher planetary system which is free from these three more born of material nature.
You should try to pain.
Yeah, the ideal walker. Next.
But I will go as far away from here as I possibly can.
We go four official orders and duties. Protection through walk, attending the supreme. Next.
So not you. A princess gets married to a prince and not to a bodyguard.
Next. Yeah. Four social orders and duties. Brahmanas, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudras. Next. No, jump. Jump, huh? Let's go back. Oh, yes. Next. Next. We're good. How to get job satisfaction. And Bhagavad Gita, oh no, stop. Perfection through work. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all being and who is all pervading. A man can attain perfection through performing his own work. It is better to engage in one's own profession, even though one may perform it directly, than to accept another's occupation and perform it perfectly. Next. Yeah. So we are born original and unique. Don't try to become anyone's copy. Original is beautiful. Next. Yeah, this is verse is very important. This is sloka memorized. Pachamam abhijanati yagam tapsni tatvadaha tumam tatvato chatva visaktitat anantaram. One can understand me, Alham, as the strength of God, only by devotional service. And when one is in full possession of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Next, please. Yeah, listen. Bhakti Yoga, devotional service, is a key to the astonishing faith, which is eternal, peaceful, and blissful. Next. Next. Lord of God. Yes. Next. Yeah. There is a hope, Son of Krishna. Next. Yes. Krishna is promising us, in all activities just depend on me, and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. Next. Yeah. Follow. Depend on Krishna. Follow principle of Bhagavad Gita under the guidance of bona fide Guru. Perform acts while remembering Krishna. Result: personal protection, pass over all obstacles, personally take you to supreme abode. Yeah. Next. Let us be very attentive and alert to this hope given call from the Lord of our life. He is calling, he is waiting, he is assuring. Let us respond. Next. Next. Yeah. Don't follow. If you disobey, you'll be lost. Next step. Yes. I'm not this dream. I'm a spiritual fact. So I have different business. Wait, address. Next. Yeah. This is the best to memorize. Sarvadamam pancha agamadikam sarimbraja. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshaishyami ma puta. Abandon all variety of religion. Just remember to me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Yes, next. Next, please. Next, please. Yes. Surrender to Krishna. Surrender only to Krishna. Transcendental peace. Supreme and eternal abode. From sinful reaction. Next. Yeah. Krishna will always protect minimum efforts and maximum results. Good. Next. Yeah. The end result is the Arjuna agrees to fight and victory is assured. Next. Who can receive Bhagavad Gita? One who distributes this knowledge, one who studies, one who listens to faith, the supreme of consciousness. Yeah. Next. Yes. Who are those who can receive Bhagavad Gita? Those who are devoted, those who are not envious, those who are friends, and those who are self-controlled. So don't follow business Bhagavad Gita. Next, please. For one who extends his supreme secret of the devotees, your devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. So I think Yana Sastri Prabhu is going back to Gorak because recently he distributed so many Bhagavad Gitas in the class. So we have to follow this stuff. Next. Yeah. Now that the real secret. Inspire people to read Bhagavad Gita while others get the most wonderful knowledge to become dearer to the Supreme Lord. Next. Yes. One who study Bhagavad Gita, one who listens to Bhagavad Gita, he says, worship me by intelligence. So if you study Bhagavad Gita, you worship Krishna with intelligence. If you listen to Bhagavad Gita, you will be free from reaction and attain the opposite spirit. Good. Next. Yeah. Last verse. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Bhakta Kanudara, Yatra Sri Vijayo Buddhi Dubati. Wherever there is Krishna, there must have all mystic, and wherever there is Arjuna, the Supreme Archer, there will also suddenly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. This is my opinion. Next. Next. Yeah. All we have to do is to be in company of Krishna and Arjuna through their secret conversation. Next. Yes. So now, I think Salika Prabhu has already put this on the platform. You can go there and check it. Then everything will be okay. It is the conclusion of chapter 18. So today is the end of the unit 3. I was very happy to be your company. I hope I was able to do something important in your announcement. And you, in case I will contact you for the exam. Then we will have 1 week course, and after that, the exam will come. So Chancellor will contact you for that. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj, don't pronounce.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, all glory to you. I'm sorry for not being there earlier. I was somewhere, I was rushing home, and I just got home now. And I logged on. Luckily, I met you as we are trying to leave. So, first of all, as Maharaj was saying, the essay for this second half, I will give it. I supposed to come earlier and do it, but I was looking for my handbook also. It's displayed. So by tomorrow, I will send it on the platform. So kindly check on the platform. Tomorrow before evening, you will get your essay for this half. And as Maharaj was saying, by next week, Sunday, we are going to write the exams for this unit. So between now and the Sunday, you can write your essay and submit. So that's why we give that free week for you to write your essay, complete your essay, and also study a little bit, make a revision before the exams. So by Sunday, next week Sunday, there will be exams unfailingly. So prepare for that. And by this, that means tomorrow, there is no class for Bhakti Sastri. You can add tomorrow to your essay writing and preparation for exams, so that we want everybody to score more than 90%. So that's why. Then having said that, I would like us to thank His Holiness Bhakti Carudesna Maharaj. As you can see, he's a very busy person. All Maharajas and Gurus are very, very busy. They have a lot of commitments. It's not only these programs, they are being called in different parts of the world to do programs like Sastri studies. Right now, His Holiness Bhakti Carudesna Maharaj is personally conducting the French Bhakti Sastri, and they have classes, every weekend also. Yet he was able to sacrifice the time to be here with us. So let us show our appreciation to him by doing our homework and passing his exams very well. And before he go, we have to unmute and chant 3 powerful Hare Krishna, because, okay, as he said, if somebody asks questions, you can ask your question first. Then we chant Maha Mantra to show appreciation to Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Yes. Yes.
There is one Mataji that I have not seen. Do you have any news about her?
What?
One Mataji, she was attending the Bhakti from the beginning. At the last 2 sections, I didn't see her.
Yes. Yes, Bhakti, Mother Chimantra from Nigeria.
No. She's a Indian lady.
Who?
She's an Indian lady. I think Saro Mai something.
Okay, Saro Mai Gopi. Actually, she went to India with her husband, and she had been trying to attend. I think last week she was there, wasn't she? Okay, she's in India with her husband, but she's one of our most regular and consistent students. So I will find out what is happening, and we see how to carry her along. Okay.
Hare
Okay?
Krishna Maharaj. Hare
Yes,
Krishna
Swami.
Maharaj.
Yes.
Yeah, please. I have 2 questions out of all that we have learned. Krishna advised the disciple or the devotee to take up his prescribed duty. Please, I want to know, as a neophyte devotee, how can one assess his prescribed duty? And then question number 2, I also want to know, because we learn about the various modes, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. I want to know what constitutes these modes. Thank you very much.
Yeah. The first question is our prescribed duty. If you walk under the guidance of the teacher master, you will always perfectly. This is the perfection of renunciation. That is the last chapter of our Gita. The perfection of renunciation. So finally, Arjuna has to understand that yes, by walking under the guidance of Krishna, I will attain success. So in the same way, we may not be working directly under the guidance of Krishna. We are working under the guidance of Krishna's representative, which is the bona fide master. And the guru, he knows how to engage us based on our tendencies, so that we can engage in our prescribed duty. On our own, it may be difficult. But under the guidance of the guru, of the master, then we can act perfectly in Krishna consciousness and then that perfection. Then the 3 mode of matter nature, if you read, I think, Banyan 3, when you are studying this chapter 15, Banyan 3. The 3 is the roots are up and the branches are down. And the fruits of this banana tree are the 3 modes of material nature: ignorance, passion, and goodness. So these 3 modes come from perverted activities. This material world is the opposite of the spiritual world. And the fruits of this tree are the mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. Yeah. So we have to get up from the tree. Don't try to get a better place, because there are only three kind of fruits on that tree. From time to time, you can get good fruits. You're happy. You say yes. If I try more, I can be happy. That is a lie. Most of the fruits are either bitter or sour. From time to time, you can get a sweet fruit, and we say, "Oh, we say there's no pleasure in this world. This is illusion." The best thing for us is to quit that tree. This banana tree, you must quit it, because no matter what you do, you cannot get pleasure. If you see a mango tree at the side of the river, you will see the reflection of the mango tree in the river. It doesn't mean that the reflection of the mango tree in the river is the real mango tree. It's the real mango that is the reflection. So you cannot enjoy those mangoes on the river. You have to take the real mango tree and enjoy the real mango. You understand? Is that okay?
Yes, please. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Any other points?
Maharaj,
Yeah.
the second aspect of the question is that how do we know our actual nature? I thought you asked the first aspect.
I give an answer. I say, if you walk under the guidance of the teacher master. The teacher master knows our nature, our tendency. So he will engage us according to our inclination. No, on our own, it will be difficult. But if you work under the direction of the master, then it's very easy to know. You have Brahmanas, you have Kshatriyas, you have Vaishyas and Shudras. We don't know whether we are Shudras. Actually, in Kali Yuga, most of us are actually Shudras. But we have, if you engage in devotional service, then you become Vaishnavas. In that way, any action you perform, we do it for the pleasure of Krishna, then you can attain salvation. Either a Shudra or a Vaishya or a Brahmana or Kshatriya or whatever. But if you work for the pleasure of Krishna, then that's interpretation. And to find out is by working under the direction of the Spiritual Master. Don't forget that Spiritual Master is the manifestation of Paramatma outside. Teacher Guru, he knows. So if you receive instruction from a Guru, don't argue. Because Gurus know very well that this things I'm asking you to do is good for you. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, if you are refusing to fight now, but still you are going to fight. That's because your nature is that you are Kshatriya. You must fight, you must kill. You don't want to fight now, but tomorrow we'll still have to fight. Oh, the Guru knows. He knows how to engage. Sometimes the Guru will ask the devotee, you go and preach, or you ask one devotee, you go to the farm, you ask one devotee, do management, depends on the capacity of the staff. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Maharaj, before you go, let me also ask, like Arjuna, after hearing all this knowledge, he surrendered. After hearing everything, then Krishna said, after what is the use of all the detailed knowledge? That with a single fragment of my energy, I pervade the whole universe. So the best thing is to surrender, and Arjuna actually surrendered. He said, my illusion is gone. My illusion is gone. I'm now a devotee. So, what stage are we expected to be after hearing Bhagavad Gita from the beginning to the end? If we are not there, what are the obstacles? What are the things that are not letting us to reach there? And how do we remove them?
Yeah. The thing is, the conclusion is that in this last verse, no? Surrender to Krishna fully. Surrender is, and to surrender means you can get us surrender in the text 67. Offer me your mind, your intelligence, worship me, praise me. That is the best way of surrender. Because the six, according to Neta devotion, the 6 symptoms of surrendering to Krishna were, the first two are to accept what is favorable to devotional service, and the second one is to reject what is unfavorable. That's two. Okay. Then number 3 is to fully, to fully 100% accept that yes, Krishna will always be there for me. Full faith, 100%. Not 50-50. Because don't forget, everybody follow me, and I reward them according to the degree of surrender. So our Arjuna, he surrendered to Krishna 100%. That's why he got success. Then sometimes in our case, we don't surrender fully. We surrender, of course, to some degree. We're not 100%. We still have some doubts, some attachments, we need to work hard. We need to work hard, and under the guidance of the system master, and gradually, we'll attain that perfection. It's not easy, and also by applying this promise from Krishna that by splitting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we'll be very, very, very dear to Krishna. Dear to Krishna. Yeah. So we have to surrender fully by sacrificing other things that are not very important, and still always work under the guidance of the spiritual master. That is the best way to surrender. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Maharaj.
So I think all the students can unmute now and loudly chant Hare Krishna as instructed by Chaitanya Prema 3 times to appreciate Maharaj for the teaching of the unit. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
So, Maharaj, can we forgive us for all our attitudes? So,
okay.
Forgive us for all our bad attitudes. Attitude towards classes, attitude towards